This video is brought to you by TS4U IT Engineering Bootcamp.
So I think that the question is now getting narrow it down. So how do you scale your EKS nodes? And in your cluster, how large is your cluster? Of course, some cluster is the big, some cluster is small based on the application, the crowd, or the traffic. So just share some of the large cluster you have worked, and some of the minimum cluster you work, and how do you scale them? Scale means how do you scale the node of the cluster?
Yes, thank you. So basically, we have multiple environments that I already shared, right? So we have the dev that is on the managed side, I mean the self-managed side, and for the staging and production, we basically have the AWS managed clusters. So for scaling these two kinds of environments, we definitely need to have two different strategies, right? So for the dev, we basically know our limits that, okay, we right now have 6 different dev namespaces. So these are gonna be okay because we kind of have 4 nodes. Those are kind of like handling all those ports and everything. So if we like are being asked, we need a new namespace on the dev cluster, then we might need to scale up our node groups in the dev. Okay, just because the dev cluster doesn't have any real life users except the devs and the QA testers, we basically know the traffic pattern, right? So that's why we didn't need any kind of automated scaling and everything. We just go with the manual one. So we just upgrade our cluster's node group size to just add one more node onto our cluster, and then it just okay, it just works. So that's the strategy for the dev. Whenever we get resource constraints, we just increase the number of nodes onto our cluster, and then it just registers a new worker on the Kubernetes worker pool, and then it just works fine. So it kind of takes 10 to 15 minutes to spin up a new node group or a new worker node. So that's the dev cluster thing. And for the staging and production, since we use the EKS, okay, so for the EKS, we actually need to deploy different node groups. So we have a node group for our front end. We have a node group for our backend pods. And then we have a node group for the databases. And then we have another node group for our shared services like Redis. We have RabbitMQ. We have some other GitLab runners namespace as well. So we have another node group for this kind of shared services which are not part of our application. Okay, so in order to scale, we basically first see that, okay, in this namespace, we are having the resource constraints. Okay, so if it's on the database side, we basically need to scale the DB node group. Okay, and if it's the shared services that are having issues, we just increase the number of nodes on the databases or on the shared services node group. So we basically categorized all those node groups so that we can specifically increase where we need. We don't need to scale cluster wide just because we are having issues on a specific namespace. So this is how we optimized our system. And right now we don't have any auto scaling enabled on our cluster. Okay, so what we have is we have our Terraform scripts, right? So on those Terraform scripts, we basically have all the node group sizes enabled on that script. So it actually takes a variable to configure the node group. So since we use the Git as a source of truth, and then we deploy our infrastructure with Terraform, so we just go to our repo, the Terraform repo or the infrastructure repo, and then we see that, okay, right now we are having 40 clusters. So in our production, we have more than 40 node groups. 40 nodes right now running. So if we need to increase a specific node group, we can see on the Terraform code that, okay, this Terraform node group actually has, let's say, 30 nodes. and this is having the resource constraint. And so we just increase the value of that variable to, let's say, 15, and then we just run the pipeline. And like, we don't need to run the pipeline. If we just commit that code and then the pipeline automatically runs, we just need to click that, okay, apply it, and then the like job actually runs and updates the cluster, and then we actually are good to go.
Great. Wow. So you guys are pretty much taking advantage from the Terraform a lot to control the
Yes,
infrastructure.
so much.
Great.